that's if the 18, 19-year-olds want to even stay in the same location for a while. That's what we're also seeing. And I think that's the bigger conversation that we're going to really see take place over the next 5 to 10 years is we're basically redefining the American dream from top to bottom. Like the way that we see work and work-life balance, like as much as we talk about the boomers, how they had such a great economic boom in their 30s compared to today. But I don't even know if millennials and Gen Zers want to follow that path of like buying a house and living in it for 40 years and staying at the same job for 40 years. Like, I don't think creatively work-life balance wise is also what our long-term play is. So I think that's going to also change as we get older and for the younger generations coming up. But yeah, Gen Zers using like communal living or small home living or living with a bunch of families together. I see that a lot here in Florida, actually, where there's many families where there's like 3 or 4 adults and then there's like 5 children, but they all split, a big house and they all kind of take care of each other. And you can see that they have a lot of toys and they have a lot because they're pooling their money. And I think for a while we had the money as Americans to have our own home. But now when you've got a bunch of adults together in a big home, these are the strategies people are going to have to use. Or they're going to have to move to the Midwest or some places in the South where you can still get a house for $250. So we're going to see a lot of migration. We're going to see a lot of families living together. We're going to see a lot of communal living, small homes. Like they have all those new small homes coming about and buying the land. So we're going to figure out new ways of doing this because the old school way is becoming sadly a luxury to own just a typical average home for an American. The younger generation is going to have to figure something else out.
My bad, guys. They got my blood boiling. No, I think this just example of bad decision making. From that standpoint, I know a lot of people that I've graduated from high school with and college didn't buy their first homes until they was 30, 29, 30, and like 2020. So that's why it's so important that you teach your kids early what investing is, what how to buy a home, how to manage their money. Um, Teach them financial literacy. That's the most important thing you can teach your kids going into this next uh, phase of this new world that's evolving right in front of our eyes. Um, a lot of us is going to get this tax refund check because it's January 15th, so a lot of tax refund. And then what you going to do with it? That's the next question. What are you going to do with these 6 to 9 thousand, or however much you get back on your tax refund? I always owe, unfortunately, for whatever reason. But um, what are you going to do with this money, man? We have to start changing our relationship with money, and I think that would help us, will propel us into the next phase of our life as we get older as millennials. I don't agree with the group living. I think, especially being a father, I don't want to live with other people. With this group living outside of like family, like I mean, like not long distant cousins. I'm talking about like people I grew up with, people like my brother. That's it. That's the only type of group living